All right, it's Steve here again from Steve's Vintage Model Builds, and we've got some exciting news today. I got a new webcam with microphone, and it's a two-in-one microphone and webcam, and I've done a few tests, and it seems like the audio is great. I'll work on the equalizer a little bit more, but from the tests I've run, everybody should be able to hear. So I was checking today and I see I now have 61 subscribers. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you for putting up with all the difficulties with the audio. I really appreciate it. And if you do continue to have any kind of problems at any time with anything, just to put a comment in, and I'll see what I can do about it. So it seems the problem was either the webcam I was using or the microphone I was using with it. All right, so yeah, so yesterday 3 kits arrived. The Hasegawa F18D Hornet, a 172 scale, and I'm gonna do a kit review on this today, but these two I'm just gonna kind of show you and let you know I got them. So, all right, so yeah, the F18 is the strike fighter that the Canadian Air Force uses, the Royal Canadian Air Force, when they fly. And so I normally don't go in for the more modern aircraft. To me, the World War II aircraft have much more character and stuff. But in any case, yeah, I got this because Canada flies it, and it looked like a nice kit, and it was on sale. So I'll be doing a full review of that before I start the build. And next came the Academy. I think I've got another Academy model coming. This is the first one I've ever had. Actually, the Hornet too. I haven't built a Hasegawa kit yet, so I think the only one I have is the Akagi, and that's a pretty big build. So I'm going to do a lot of the smaller kits and build up my skills and build up my confidence. One of the things I want to work on is my airbrush and airbrushing, and so I have zero confidence with that. So yeah, in any case, so this one's in plastic wrapped, it's sealed. I'm not going to open it, but it's the 172 Ground Vehicle Series 1 light vehicles of Allied and Axis during World War II. Again, this was very reasonably priced. Usually for a 172 kit, $30 is about my limit. Anything more than $30, it would have to be something really special. And they have gone up in price. So, but that's why I look at the older ones. So Academy is a South Korean company. I had heard mixed things about them, but of the videos I saw reviewing this particular kit, everything was excellent. And you get a lot of stuff too. So yeah, you get the Willis Jeep, the U.S. Jeep. You get the Kugelwagen, which is like a staff car for Germany, and then you get the tracked motorcycle. And I think too there's a machine gun for the Jeep. So this is how they display the full kit on the side of the box. So you get, here's the Jeep, and it has a machine gun, the Kugelwagen, and the tracked motorcycle. The tracked motorcycle, it was used to tow things, everything from small field guns to wagons of ammunition or whatever the case may be. So they're kind of cool. And they also give you a whole bunch of different barrels and jerry cans and crates and all sorts of stuff. So So yeah, I count that as a good buy. And I've sure got no problem with getting anything from South Korea. Copyright is 2019, so I expect it's a pretty up-to-date kit. And the box art is original artist, signed. So, yeah, planning on using all or some of these in one or more dioramas. Speaking of dioramas, this is I got this. This came separately. Those two came together in the same package. All three were in regular Amazon brown paper envelopes. Two in the one envelope, and then this one. And it's the Tamiya 148 British Light Utility Car. Now, it says here 10 HP. I don't know why, because these vehicles were 30 horsepower. So there's a mystery there to be solved. So in any case, you've got the Tamiya logo, ready to assemble, precision model kit, detailed scale model for hobbyists age 14 and above. This is not a toy. Model may vary from blah 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 in box, cement and painted not included. Alright. And the catalog number is 32562. And we got a little note here, 148 military miniature series number 62. British light utility car, 10 horsepower, authentically reproduced in a compact 148 scale. Classic form of the passenger car, suspension, interior, and cargo area feature superb detail. Large variety of unique markings included, and comes with a driver figure. And again, this was very reasonably priced. I think it was maybe 22 bucks. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. I'll let you know when we do the build. But anyways, I plan to incorporate this with the diorama with the Spitfire. I've got the 148 Spitfire, which I just did an update video on today with the old camera and mic. But hopefully you'll be able to get through it. Finally getting down to the last parts of the cockpit sub-assembly. My goodness, I struggled with that. In any case, so I'll be publishing that shortly. And so I've also got the ICM RAF ground crew figures in 148 scale. So all of those things are going to go into a diorama. So I'm looking forward to that. After the cockpit sub-assembly, you'll see in the video, the rest of the kit seems to be a breeze. So we'll just have to see what we see. Alright, and so on the side of the box, it's all Japanese. All Japanese. One thing that's a little disappointing here is they put the sticker over the RAF version of the vehicle, and that's the one that I want to do. But I can see the color and so forth. So, all right, so let's get into it. There you go. Just see what I can maybe adjust the resolution on this new camera. So I apologize if it looks a little fuzzy. I'll try and keep the focal angle or focal point. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got instructions. In a separate bag, all the clear parts. The parts for the cargo bay cover are frosted because they're intended to be painted. If it was just the plain clear plastic, you'd have trouble getting paint on it. So that's good. Stapled in the bag, Tamiya staples. I why they can't heat seal them, but in any case. Then we've got the body of the vehicle. Pretty much all one piece. There's fenders and the radiator, and then it's boards in the back here, and then the floor comes up. All in good shape. No flash. Box is in perfect condition. Here we've got the main sprue. And again, I'm not seeing any flash. A tiny bit on the figure. That's easily trimmed. But I don't see any anywhere else. There's some little extra bits, like here's a shovel. There's a spare tire that goes on top, and then here's the floor. So yeah, one sprue, and plus, da-da. You could probably do that in an afternoon or two, waiting for paint to dry. Bottom of the box, the same old Tamiya stuff, in all sorts of different languages. What is there? There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 languages. So there we go. Got them even up the side there, inside. Yeah. So. Okay, so it's mostly the legal stuff. Read carefully, fully understand the manufacturer's instructions. Care should be taken when using tools, etc., etc. Yeah. Small parts, all that stuff. I'll work too on projecting my voice better, so I hope that'll improve the experience for my subscribers and other viewers. So, okay, and then we've got the Tamiya Tech Tips that they put in, I think, with every kit now. As if you're just starting off, you don't know anything. And by the way, this would be a great kit to start with. The parts aren't too small. There's a figure included that, if you wanted to try to paint, you could do that. There's not a heck of a lot of parts, and the box says 14. I think a 10 or 12-year-old, there's no reason why they couldn't go with this. Obviously, if it's their first ever kit, they'd want to do it with a mentor, parent or guardian, whatever the case may be. So yeah, the parts look perfect. There's nothing broken, nothing bent. Everything's on the sprue. This isn't bent or crushed. Very nice. So I might try my first airbrushing on this. I might. We'll see if I can get the courage up. Okay, and we've got decals. Nice protective sheet. The usual Tamiya kind of decals. A little thick. Some people complain about that, but it is what it is. I don't know if you can see those because of the light. There you go. Okay. And you've got both RAF and US markings. Actually, no. This came up when I was reviewing the Buffalo kit, the Buffalo and Willis Jeep kit. After April 1944, and in preparation of the Normandy invasion, all Allied vehicles had the star. Until then, it was only U.S. vehicles that had the star. And so, that's why we wondered, I wondered because the stars, that's usually US. So anyway, so yeah, I went and looked it up, and that's the way it was. I guess for coordination purposes, they were dealing with so many different nationalities and so forth. Just stick a star on it if it's ours, and that's it. Yeah. And so, I mean, ours meaning, belonging to the Allies. Because there were Poles and Free French and Canadians and Americans and Brits and soldiers from all over the British colonies. And, so it just really made a lot more sense because, the invasion of Normandy was a huge undertaking, a huge operation. And anything that makes it simpler would be jumped on. So everybody knew the star, and that was it. Okay, so we've got that. Those are the... Alright, and so we'll tuck these away. Get it all out nice. There we go. Okay, and here's what we get. It's black and white. Overall length 84 millimeters. British light utility car. Nicknamed the Tilly. Alright, so we got a nice little write-up here. During World War II, British forces used passenger car chassis as the basis for various pickup-style military vehicles. They were officially designated as car light utility, and while produced by several manufacturers, soldiers called them not by their maker and model names, but by their affectionately given nickname, Tilly. With a 30 horsepower engine and rear-wheel drive, they didn't have adequate off-road capabilities and were replaced on the front lines by four-wheel drive vehicles. Most prominently the American Jeep, the Willys Jeep. However, their passenger car chassis offered a smooth ride, so they were widely used in rear areas and air bases for liaison and other duties. In addition to the Dunkirk evacuation, North African and Italian fronts, and Europe from the Normandy invasion onwards, they were also present at many British air bases. So the RAF version of this is going to fit right in with the diorama that I planned. And we get the usual before assembly stuff. Before assembly, cautions, tools, gives you the paint legend. Then unusually it folds out into the paint scheme, which again is black and white. Information on applying decals, the marking and the painting. They've got British Army, Unit Unknown, Northwestern Europe, 1944. And then they've got the, there's a Polish one, Polish 4th Infantry Division, attached to the British Army, 1944. That looks like it has no star. And then the Royal Air Force vehicle, that was pretty much an all-purpose vehicle for that. It was perfect for the air bases and stuff. It could carry cargo, carry people, whatever the case may be. They give you a little legend here on the different colors at different times and in different places. So that's nice for people who want to be like super accurate. Likewise with the decals, they tell you this is the 6th Armored Division, 7th Armored Division. I don't know what that number means. probably their unit number. And then this is the vehicle serial number, identification number, and then I think the small numbers were the weight of the vehicle. All right. There, that's much better. So we turn over the page here to the other side, and the first assembly is the chassis. And then there's assembly and painting of the figure, placement of the seats in the figure onto the chassis, completing the body, radiator, I guess the glass or the clear pieces, and then we've got the dashboard, steering wheel, steering column, seats in the back. That goes in from the bottom. Then there's the fenders. And there's all the little accessories and so on and so forth. Tire goes on the roof. How to assemble the cargo cover, whether the tarp's up, the tarp's down, whether the flaps are up or the flaps are down. And then last is installation of the gate. So 8 steps, pretty straightforward. Instructions are up to Tamiya's usual quality. I am a little disappointed not to get a color guide, so I'm going to have to take a quarter point off for that. But otherwise, the package was great. There's no damage to it whatsoever. I wish they'd have put that sticker somewhere else, but they didn't. And it was cheap, so whatever. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So, here we go. All right. So, as I said, it was regular Amazon envelope packaging. Was sufficient. No damage to the box inside. The manufacturer box in good shape. Just a regular top opening box, nothing special, but certainly sturdy enough to protect what's in there. The sprues, nothing to complain about whatsoever. Everything was complete. Nothing had broken off. There were no bent parts or broken parts. Everything was just perfect. There was a tiny amount of flash on the figure, but otherwise it was clear. So I'm going to give them a pass on that. As far as the parts themselves go, it's the usual good quality Tamiya plastic. Detail is pretty fair, between fair and good. Actually, I'm going to push it towards good when we talk about the cargo cover. So, yeah. Nothing to complain about with the parts there either. So that's a 3. There's plenty of parts to have fun with putting the kit together, but not so many that it drives you nuts, scratching your head, wondering why you're doing that when you can't even see it when it's done. In any case, so yeah. And then lastly, the instructions. Like I said, I'm going to ding a quarter point because there was no color glossy insert. So that brings us to 9.75. And so I'm going to look forward to building this kit. It was raining here this weekend, and we're supposed to get plenty of rain this fall, so there'll be lots to do. And I'm going to go back and forth between model kits, dioramas, model kits, dioramas. And so I hope to get to the Hasegawa Akagi, but like I said, that's a big build. I think that'll be further down the road. I think I'll probably do the Prince of Wales before that, and I think I'll wait with the Ark Royal too. I just built an O-class destroyer, and it was okay, but at 1/700 they're a little bit small. And the Ark Royal, I don't know about that. The main flight deck was warped badly, and I'm just not up for a battle. So I've had enough after the Spitfire cockpit incident. So, but everything's going to get built, and I'm really pumped about the hobby, and enjoying and trying to be creative and doing my best, and actually showing some improvement. Alright, so again, 61 subscribers, yay! Thank you so much, everyone. As always, I know how important everyone's time is, and I can't thank you enough for spending some of it watching my videos. I hope you find them helpful and informative, and as well as learning some skills or seeing some techniques that you might not know yet. Alright, so thanks again. Everybody be nice to each other, and we'll see you next time.